You probably clicked on this video because you know that English is an important skill to have and you're probably pretty okay at communicating with it now. But what's the next step after that? Why should you continue studying and using English if you already are able to get through life on a day-to-day basis? Well, there's actually quite a few reasons why you want to continue learning English, and I have a couple of them for you. My name's Liliana. I'm a future English educator. I'm here to tell you why you need to continue learning creative English even after you already know the basics. So, picture this. You come to America or any other English-speaking country, and you've been here for a couple years. Maybe you've studied back in your home country and you are getting used to using English in your workplace, using English in your day-to-day activities, in your daily routine. And now you come to the point of, I don't need to worry about English anymore. I got that. I understand English. Well, the English language goes deeper than you might expect. And there's a couple of tricks that you can do to continue your English journey. English in the work sense can be boring, or maybe you're thinking about the weird phrase that your boss said to you a couple days ago and you still can't figure out. That's okay, I have those moments too. But don't you ever just want to escape? I know I do. One of the ways you can do that is by reading. Wait, don't go. I'm not going to tell you, you need to read for an hour before work and an hour before you go to bed. No. Reading for just 6 minutes can help you escape as well as reduce your anxiety by 68%, according to a study from the University of Sussex. Information that I say in this video, by the way, will be down in the description, and you can read all these articles for yourself. Reducing stress and anxiety is important for your mental health, especially after all the changes that your mental and physical body has gone through from moving different countries. Like I said, it's healthy escape as compared to doom scrolling on your phone, social medias, watching movies on repeat, or binge watching shows. Although these things are good in moderation, being able to pick up a book and actually relax, as well as adding to your vocabulary and adding to your mental library, is so important.
Reading creative English also helps with your fluency. You of course know that by now, and I almost didn't mention it in this video. However, although you're already great at English now, reading and writing creative English expands that. If it can help native speakers and writers of English, developing these same skills will no doubt help you too. Writing is a huge part of sharing experiences. I am sure you are able to share an experience in your native language if you sat down and tried writing a poem of the memory. You would know just how to describe what you are trying to say, each word perfectly chosen. But now, try doing that in English. It's a little harder, huh? Reading and writing creative English develops a bridge between yourself and the culture that surrounds you. I want to encourage you to write about your own experiences so that you not only are able to experience what a creative writer was trying to express in their language, but also be able to share your own experiences of the world so that English speakers are able to connect with you also. Reading helps with connection, human connection. But don't just take my word for it. This study says frequent fiction readers may bolster or maintain social abilities unlike frequent readers of nonfiction. So when you read something that's fictionalized about a character or a setting or anything, you are emotionally connecting with that piece of literature as compared to what this study is finding. Nonfiction, people reading about science and other forms of literature that are not fiction, have found that their emotional connection to what they are reading and the emotional connection that they feel towards characters or the setting in their real social life, social setting, they have found that fictional readers are much more adept to be able to do this. Overall, when you read a novel or some sort of fictional or creative literature, you are emotionally connecting with that piece of literature and therefore are building that human social skill. The same study shows that some areas of the brain fire when connecting to something emotional in a book, as well as in a similar situation in real life. So if something is funny, or a character is likable, or a setting is scary, or you feel a romantic attraction towards a book character, coined book boyfriend most of the time. These feelings, your brain literally can't separate from fictional. So real and fake, they are the same area in the brain. So as you're reading, you're gaining social skills, you're becoming statistically more likable, more empathetic, you are gaining new vocabulary, learning new ways to write, and if you ever went to a social gathering, oh, have you read this book? Yes, I have read that book. You are gaining friends and topics to talk about as well. By developing your English reading and speaking skills, you are therefore able to connect with people deeper and better understand them, as well as better understand English texts and all the discrepancies that come with them. Why an author chose this word rather than this word. Being able to not only communicate, but to communicate and share deeply about something is so underappreciated. What type of English educator would I be without giving you a few tips and tricks on how you can incorporate creative English into your everyday life? Well, of course, I have some. Number one, journaling. You normally go home and stop using English because that is your time to relax. You definitely deserve a brain break from your busy day. However, if you wanted to journal just 5 minutes before you go to bed and rethink your day and do it in English, writing it down really helps. Writing it down, processing that information, writing down new vocabulary words, and thinking of new words that are able to describe your everyday life can immensely help your language skills. Number two, listening to an audiobook. If you listen to an audiobook throughout your day, you're able to listen to new vocabulary words you're not going to hear in everyday spoken English. Most people who speak English speak it very casually, and you are not going to hear words that are usually in creative written form of English. With audiobooks, it helps turn written creative English into something you're able to listen to, and therefore are able to process and keep learning as you listen and do mundane tasks. Also, it is so fun. I always have an audiobook on. Number three, writing poetry. Okay, first off, what is poetry? Poetry can be any creative outlet. You can make poetry really short or really long. It doesn't really matter, as long as you're writing in a way that feels creative. Now, all the literary heads are going to get on my case about that, but that's my definition of poetry and probably one of the simplest ways you can understand it. So writing poetry is you're able to look up words that maybe you have thought about in your own language but didn't know the translation to. This vastly expands your vocabulary, is an emotional outlet, and if you do this and share it with an English speaker, they are able to see a little bit into your life, and thus you have more of an emotional connection. And number four, I saved the best for last because I also harped on it throughout the entire video, reading a book. Obviously, reading is going to enhance your understanding of English so much, as well as gaining new vocabulary, all of the goodies that we have discussed throughout this entire video, and of course, reducing stress. Something that you could do while you're reading though, if you want to take an extra step, is actually looking up the word that you're stuck on. Some English readers don't even do this, and it's actually a really helpful tip for expanding your vocabulary. Most people do not own a dictionary, and that's okay. Just look it up online and you're able to learn words you've never used before. And if you're reading contemporary fiction, which is like modern day fiction, maybe you can read some words that are new to you, but younger generation have been using. So now you'll know what they are saying as well.
Overall, I hope this video encouraged you to listen to an audiobook to and from work, or pick up a book and really understand what it's mean or what it's trying to say, or even write a precise memory down in detail. I hope it encouraged you to continue your English journey, and you now understand why continuing your English journey is so important. In the comments, let me know why you are continuing to study English. All right, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.